Hey everybody, it's Riley Friday. Welcome.
Shut up.
What do you mean?
Yeah, just shut up.
Okay.
You actually don't have to. You can keep going. Sorry.
Oh, you can host the show today. Go ahead. I like it.
No. Oh, I don't like hosting. I always do the same thing. I'm also starting to realize now with more chances to host that I do have, I am like the easily scoutable host. Like I always go to the same things. I lean back on the same things. I say the same things. It has to be nauseating for people. So please take it from here.
You're a one-trick host?
I'm a one-trick hoe.
Is your one-trick host to just you talk the entire time and not even welcome in our guest, Riley Davis, who's here? It's a day named after him. You just spoke for 2 minutes and didn't even say hi.
He gets the guest tag?
I think he's technically the featured guest. It's like when it's like having the host on Saturday Night Live and it's like, and now Scarlett Johansson. And then everyone freaks out. That's Riley on Fridays.
Okay, but he's like a weekend update guy. They're there every single day at a certain time.
No, that's
Just
you and I are weekend update. You're Michael Che. I'm Colin Jost, obviously. And then Riley's the host.
I just want featured by my name. I like featured. I like yeah, any sort of adjective you can put in front of my title to make me seem more important. I'm always going to be pro that, whatever you want to call that phenomenon. So, yeah. I feel like I had several bits I wanted to start today's show off with. I kind of wanted to call you both my little stinkabutts. Um I kind of wanted to do the soft voice bit, but I also feel like I need to lead off with a bit that will get on Carter's nerves because this is the first time in like a month we've had the OG3 lineup on this show, which reminds me of a little song, Gregory, that goes something like, and we back, and we back, and we back, and we back, da-da-da. And we back, and we back, and we back. Na 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 na.
Ah! I love my wife. I'm so sorry to the listeners out there. Riley, I also just noticed you look like an actress, and I got to figure out her name. Have you seen Superbad?
Yes, it's been a
Who's the
while.
actor
Yes.
who plays Jules?
Is that Emma Stone's character?
Is that Emma Stone?
Are you
Yeah.
telling Riley Davis he looks like Emma Stone?
He's got an Emma Stone face.
Telling me I'm in Easy Riz?
Is that who that? But Emma Stone in Superbad.
I can't even recall what she looks like in Superbad off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
no, you look like Jules.
That's wild.
Don't know how to
wild.
take that.
You're drunk,
Better than
you're drunk, Jules.
It's
You're drunk.
crazy.
better than being Michael Cera, though, I guess. So
I'm flanked by a guy who looks like Emma Stone and a guy who looks like he eats a lot of Cold Stone.
Ooh, bars. And a guy with a skin complexion of vanilla ice cream at Cold Stone.
See, if you would have gone off the Stone motif, you would have really had me there, but you didn't. That's why I'm the Jost and you're the Che.
I hope someone boned you. How about that?
Should we get to the show, boys?
Yeah, you want a YouTube comment of the day?
Honestly, let's play your game. Let's be on your terms today. You can do whatever you'd like.
End the show.
Okay?
No. YouTube comment. Please stop. I'm kidding. Please. Let's see what we have here. Actually, I would love this question answered, so I am gonna ask this one. Purdue 7 said, do players still have an honor code at BYU? Is that still a thing?
Sounds like something Riley could answer for us. Honestly, I feel like you know the extent of all honor codes.
yeah, I'm just like the religious institution whisperer. I embrace that role. Something tells me they got to have it relaxed, or it's not very well monitored.
I need someone to send me a copy of that.
I would honestly love to hear like how strict are they in enforcing it? And is that just with athletes? Is it with the whole student body? Is it like a little honor code, or is it like something?
I'll give you a quick insight here as a spokesman for Provo. My dog DeBance is doing whatever in that state. All right, I don't give a damn about no honor code. He is honor. All right, let's respect that. I can't believe Greg giving me nothing off that.
I've got nothing on this. I don't want to insinuate that my second superstar for next season is breaking any sort of moral code.
I like
You know,
that.
moral code is
Honestly, I'm trying to be welcomed to Provo, and it feels like you're trying to get us banned before we even go.
well, I feel like moral codes can somewhat be ambiguous.
I
Mm,
think that's a philosophical conundrum for sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we might have to flesh that out on like an episode deeper into the off season.
Yeah.
First conundrum, I don't know what ambiguous means.
Okay.
I
Should
think
we
it's
get to the
what.
Discord comments? Sorry, Riz. I don't mean to cut you off. I guess I'm running the show here today. Join the Discord for $9.99 a month. The link is in the description of our Twitter page. It supports us. It supports everything we do. We cannot pump out the content that we pump out unless y'all support us. And one of the best ways to do that, outside of watching, engaging, sharing, liking, subscribing, all that silly YouTube terms, is supporting us by joining the Discord. So please do. It's a great community. And by being a part of the Discord, you get your comments read every single day on the episodes. We will start today with Malik Perry, says, it's that time again, Riley Fridays. With that being said, should UNC football coach part ways with his girlfriend? Um, we're actually going to skip that comment. Malik Perry once again. Angel and her. Okay, we're going to skip that comment.
Can we get quick commentary though from Riley Truly? How do you feel about the whole Jordan Hudson situation?
Do I wish my head football coach was like not in a sketchy relationship? Yes. Am I happy he's still my football coach? Also, yes.
Okay, good. You kind of got a Jordan Hudson face. Malik Perry, best food and drinks to have for breakfast. Mine is pancakes with bacon or sausage, eggs, home fries and bacon, or cheesy loaded grits.
I'm just dying at the image mentally of Malik every morning sitting up to a stack of pancakes. You know? Like,
Like at least seven pancakes high, just like with a fork and knife in both hands. Just yeah.
just think my man cannot function with his regular job unless he has like 6:30 a.m. pancakes.
Riley, what's your go-to breakfast?
Man, I could go on this one. Y'all know I make homemade pancake and homemade waffle batter.
Of course you do.
Final Four next year, if we stay in an Airbnb, it's going up with the homemade
We are
waffle
not
batter.
staying in an Airbnb. We're not.
we got, I got to
Mike.
finesse a way to make my homemade waffles at the Final Four. Love waffles. I love honestly pairing waffles with like a side of bacon and eggs or something like Malik is going with there. Love a good like breakfast burrito as well. Hash browns also very slept on. I've kind of been on a hash brown kick recently.
It's good.
Yeah.
I had a nice home style breakfast at Mother's Day. We went out to eat Mother's Day morning at this little new local diner spot. It was fantastic. Shout out to Bart's Diner locally. Yeah, got the two plate action. I had French toast as
Mm.
the I guess what do you call it, the breading, the carbs of choice. And then I had 3 eggs over easy with a side of wheat toast to dip in the eggs. So I double dipped the toast and then just bacon as the meat. Also, bonus as you have a toddler age child, which you guys might already be to this point. Riley probably closer than Cart just because Leon's a little younger, but like Murph orders real food and then she doesn't eat it. She eats like half of it. So then I get the leftovers. Like I grabbed her extra stack of toast and was dipping in the egg yolk. It was great.
That's
Mhm.
special. That truly is special. Most overrated breakfast drink of all time is orange juice. I want to let that be known.
Agreed.
Orange juice gets a massive bump as a breakfast drink, and it's really holding on to that one farewell tour. It's the Doc Rivers of breakfast drinks, I think. Um, I'm a simple guy, honestly. G, that whole like diner speech you just had there, a good home style breakfast at a diner. I get my eggs scrambled, a little bit of cheese. I usually go wheat toast if I'm going with it. Sometimes I get a little bit freaky if I'm feeling a little bit of English muffin with some jelly. I'll do that. Side of hash browns can't go wrong, and then you know I'll do chicken sausage. They have that or turkey bacon. Um, French toast, great pull though. French toast doesn't get the deserve the level of love it needs. I made my wife vegan French toast for
Mm.
Mother's Day, and it was a hit. And honestly, not to toot my own horn on my Riley Davis here. I cooked. I killed it. It was really, really good.
The eye
Did you
test looked
do?
really good there. It
It
did.
was good. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Did you
what
do like flaxseed in place of an egg?
no, so actually it's crazy because when you look at the recipe, you're like, that's gonna be terrible, right? But you get a can of garbanzo beans and you use the juice from the beans as
Huh.
kind of like the egg for it.
Gotcha.
And it's fire. I highly recommend it. Make your little mix. Shout out to French toast.
Look, T, I
Let's
have one more breakfast note before we move on.
please.
So I am a big proponent, as I think you guys are, as we just talked through this. If you're gonna eat breakfast or like have like a set, like this is a moment in my day, I'm having breakfast. I think it's the number one meal to splurge and go like 150% on. Like, cause in my normal everyday life in the middle of the week, I normally just don't eat breakfast. I usually like intermittent fast and don't eat till the afternoon. So if it's like, oh, we're going out to breakfast, like I'm sitting down at a breakfast, you see me with 3 plates, you see me with multiple carbs. I'm getting the extra egg order on top, and I'm cleaning the plates. Honestly, that's the time to splurge.
Respect that. I like that. I like that take a lot. Malik Perry. Let's see here. Carter, we all know you're not from the mud. It's written in every fiber of your being. Greg, what Banks be doing to have your house in a chokehold? Riley, let him get the ball. Start him early.
Bank's just a demon. He's the Ray Lewis of 2 month olds. He at all times is unpredictable. You don't really know where he's headed at any times. Feel like he could swing on me. He's really into headbutting right now. Like he basically at all times wants to be held. He just cries if he's not being held. But then when you hold him, he just wants to like bob his head and bang his head into you. So yeah, he doesn't really eat on schedule. He doesn't really sleep on schedule. I love the kid to death, but he's got Trey Holloman, Chad Baker, Mazzara tendencies for sure.
That's great. Riley, what's Theo's basketball journey looking like right now?
I mean, the kid is actually, it's, I was like, have I mentioned this on the Discord? Because he's legitimately obsessed with basketball right now. I threw this on the IG story. You already know. Let me see, get in the frame there.
Hey,
My little man already working.
Why is the hoop so low?
He's less than 3 feet tall. What you want me to already get him some adversity, make him shoot on a 7 foot, eight
Uh,
foot, 9 foot goal?
yeah, last time I checked, I watched an NBA game last night. I thought the rim was 10 feet.
He's got to work his way up there
Mm.
right now. But still, what I like to do, he hasn't really mastered like even really shooting the ball yet. But I'll lift him up to the hoop and he'll just drop it in there, and it's really cute. Every time we leave for a walk, I got about outdoor like an outdoor basketball in my garage. Put him in the stroller. I think the third word he said, like after mama and dada, it was either dog or ball. Those were like right in his lexicon early. Now, every time he sees the basketball, he just starts saying ball, 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 and like won't go for a walk unless he gets to hold the basketball the whole time. It's actually really cute.
it's awesome.
I can't wait for that. Let's see here. Except knowing my luck, like Leon's gonna want to hold like a score of orchestra music or something and just break me down on his walks. Um, let's see here. Malik, and to end the flurry. With college football coming up next, what is or should be MSU goal or goals for the season? End of flurry. Dead ass, my only goal is I want Jonathan Smith to get a personal foul penalty.
Mm,
That's all I want.
mm.
Anything. Emotion.
I don't really have anything to add. I don't know.
That's all I got. Riley, you got anything for
What's
MSU
Carolina's
football?
goal?
Carolina's goal win like, man, I'm gonna be disappointed if they win fewer than 8 games. Maybe that's too lofty. But the ACC's bad. We just saw a guy who hasn't used the transfer portal in 3 years win the conference. I need Belichick to come out with a little bit of motion.
He's gonna come out with something. War chant. Illinois currently is the most successful program. Men's golf tied Oklahoma State for the regional title and has punched their ticket to the NCAA Nationals again, 18 times making the Nationals in Coach Small's 25 years, 9 times making the Final Eight, 4 Final Fours, one runner-up, 14 Big Ten titles. Is this the year the Illini men's golf team wins it all? Match play in the Elite Eight has been their issue as they've won strike play two or stroke play, I think that is 2 or 3 times. Nationals might make golf banter acceptable, perhaps. Are you all in on the Illinois golf team, Greg?
I am willing to be, but I heard Brad Underwood went and watched, and somebody sent a screenshot of the scorecard. Y'all don't have the clutch gene. I heard. I heard there was a 4-man meltdown on the final 3 holes in some postseason play. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't let the newly extended man who can't win in the postseason anywhere near the golf team in postseason play.
Hmm. All righty then. Let's see. Sleeve Nash. I can't take combine shooting numbers seriously. Guys are going through the motions, half speed, uncontested, and suddenly everyone's an 80% three-point shooter. Let's add a dummy defender or run these drills at full game speed. The shooting drills are a joke.
I think that's true.
I haven't watched any of the shooting drills. I'm doing so out of protest until the three of us are covering the combine next year.
It's a good move. Never gonna happen. They know better. Derek, shout out to Steven Zimmerman, Isaiah Whitehead, Ben Teal, Abdul Nader. Can you name all these 2016 second round draft pick colleges?
This
I think
seems
I
kind of,
can.
yeah, I think this one's kind of easy, honestly.
Yeah, so Zimmerman was UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Whitehead was Seton Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Till was Providence.
Mm-hmm.
Abdul Nader was Iowa State.
Yep, those are my answers as well.
Great work.
Yep.
UNLV Seton. Yeah, that's it. Come on now. They're like I was a Steven Zimmerman Dream Vision guy. Respect me, please.
Unsurprisingly, so was Icart.
Yeah, that's right. That Dream Vision team was nasty. That Shabazz Muhammad too. That was Bishop Gorman days. Trevor 20228. If your team's coach retires or is fired, and the next coach you hire coaches 20 years and has 5 conference titles, 2 conference tournament titles, and 1 Final Four, would you consider it a successful hire?
Depends on the program. If it's like a program, if it's like a non-top five, if it's like a top 10 to top 15 program in the sport, 100%. One Final Four in 20 years, I think is probably pretty good.
I agree.
I agree with that too. War Chant, not on my assistant coach bingo card. How do y'all feel about Cam Crocker? Got a video up on the channel. Go check that out. We like it though, but go check it out for some more in-depth thoughts on it. Sleeve Nash, top 8 favorite things in my life. 1, Riley Fridays. 2, family. 3, morning lifts. 4, late night drives. 5, summer on the lake. 6, a good vacation. 7, country music. And 8, Dion Tuesdays.
That's just the perfect sleeve comment. Like it's just the perfect sleeve character comment. There's like subtle condescension in it, and it also makes him seem like an Outer Banks character, and probably none of it is real, but it just hits, you know?
I can see Sleeve being a pogue. All hail the Pope. I saw a mock draft, and at 10, I saw Carter Bryant, and my question is why?
Good
He's nice with
question.
it. He's nice with it for real, for real.
He is the how do I say who's like a hyped player who's kind of okay, but like got
Zaire
a lot of
Smith.
hype, but was actually kind of okay.
Remember Zaire Smith at Texas Tech the year they lost in the Natty?
I need a little better than Zaire for this, I think, but I can rock with that. He's the Zaire Smith of Dylan Mitchell's.
That's a crazy connection.
That's like, I would say he would be more like, mm, he's better than both those players, though.
I got it. He's the Torrey Craig of Kawhi Leonard's.
Okay, I like that better.
Of course you do.
But
Carr could literally be like, he's the Joey Chestnut of Jake from State Farms. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's actually a really good point, Carr. Yeah.
Maybe I just make good points, Craig.
I just feel like calling him, if you want someone better than Zaire Smith, I think he's better than Zaire Smith. But who did you say of Dylan Mitchell's? Like, at least give me Dylan Brooks or something.
No. Dylan Brooks is a functional NBA player that I don't think Carter Bryant will ever be.
I think he'll be better than Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think that's a given. That's nowhere near a given.
I think it is.
Carter Bryant like didn't do anything in college, boys. Like
Who?
Carter Bryant?
What freshman year Dylan Brooks averaged, and what did freshman year Carter
Just
Bryant?
so we have the same guy, I want to make sure we're talking about the guy that averaged 6 and 4 in 19 minutes a game off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you considered that he didn't just average 6 points a game? He averaged 6 big points a game.
This is true. This is
What?
true.
All hail the Pope. What active head coach has the most national championship losses?
Are there any?
Few has 2. Cal has 2. Does anybody have more than 2? Beeline has 2.
Active.
Who else has Cal lost to besides Kansas? Oh, Kevin Ollie and UConn.
Yep.
Who was the first? How many has Izzo lost in? Just the UNC, or is there another one?
Just one.
Just
UNC. There's got to be someone with more than 2, right? Otherwise, there'd be too many names.
Yeah, who are we missing though? Is it Patino?
Maybe.
It's got to be an older guy.
Yeah.
It's
Patino
not,
won his title.
Wait, what about it's got to be Self? Bill Self's probably lost 3 times in the national championship game.
Lost to Kentucky. Has he lost to anyone else besides that Kentucky year?
Do we have
Also,
the answer?
no, he didn't give us the answer.
Well,
So
this has us in hell.
we're just here, I guess. Fam 33. Happy Bless Friday. Y'all know how we rock. Who do you guys want to win the PGA championship this weekend?
Bryson, but I don't like saying that out loud. But that's my guy.
Is my dog Scotty golfing? Because if so, you know I'm a Scotty.
Yes, the best golfer in the world is calling Riley. Jesus. God.
It's actually making me less of a Scotty guy that Riley's a Scotty guy now.
I want JT to win.
Like he's just there's something about Scotty's personality that's perfect to be like the guy that a brand new golf fan adopts, you know?
Yeah, it does make sense. You look like a Scheffler, to be honest, Riley.
I'll take it.
Let's see. All hail the Pope. Why I said Kentucky overachieved last year was by the national perception of how they would do last year. We finished in the Sweet 16, and people barely. All right, this is all hail the Pope. We're gonna get to a point by the end of the season where we figure out if you want to be a Kentucky fan or not. I can't believe you just led this with we finished in the Sweet 16 and people doubted us. Are y'all not Kentucky? What are
No,
we
Cart,
doing?
it's Mark Pope's Kentucky. This is what they signed up for. They lowered expectations when they hired Mark Pope. Now they're just happy to make second weekends. They no longer define themselves by national championships. They just want to have good vibes, be Kentucky fans that bring in Kentucky players, know what it means to wear the logo. That's what they care about now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
War chant. In the conversation about 100 Americans versus 100 British men, how does that outcome change if 100 Balkans enter the fight?
Scotty Bogey, live Scotty update Bogey, right 10 seconds after Riley said that's my guy.
Why are you
Oh, wait.
bumping your chest?
He doesn't know what a bogey is.
I know what a bogey is. I thought it was I got confused. I thought it was a good update at first.
100 Balkans would win for what it's worth. I think. I don't think if anyone cares.
Depends on the Balkans.
Is it Illinois Balkans?
Is it 100 Big T's?
Ooh, that's true. Where are we getting our Balkans from?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It depends on the
Or is
Balkans.
it 100 Jokic brothers? That's like
Right.
the spectrum there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Define your Balkans. Last one of the day from Riz. Remember during last summer's Olympics when Carter said he would be good at the floor routine because he's coordinated? Rank sleepers contributors on how they would fare in a gymnastics competition. JK is included.
I'd be last. I'd 100% be last. I have no balance. I'm very clumsy, no athleticism in that sense. So I'd be last.
I think Riley would be first. I think I would be second. I think JK would be third. Put Dion fourth. Ralph fifth. And Greg sixth.
On behalf of Ralph, that's disrespectful. Ralph would find a way to finish better than fifth.
I think I would be good at the rings. That's probably my niche. Dion strikes me as like might have a little pommel horse skill down there somewhere. Dion, what'd you say?
Pause.
Yeah, true. That's fair. Maybe we should just move on.
You asked the question too, by the way. That's crazy. That's crazy you think you can contribute a question. That's wild.
I'm sorry. I just have been thinking recently about last summer where you repeatedly said you would be nice at the floor routine.
I think a lot of it has to do with charisma. And respectfully, I'd probably eat up a leotard. Greg, who are we brought to you by?
Oh man, it's weird how much I simultaneously love and hate doing this at the same time. It's like one of the only things in life I've ever experienced that
That's why I'm
50-50
Yaxel.
split.
I'm Yaxel.
You are very Yaxel in that sense. This is true. We are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I think this is the last day we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, actually. So you better use the promo code Sleepers before this expires. You can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. Link in the description. Go take advantage of it. I also had something to banter about before we end this, and I'm forgetting it right now, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Ooh, I wish I if I was there or have someone pop around the corner and scare you so you remember.
It was Riley related.
Oh, that's hiccups.
What can I get someone to just summarize in like 5 bullet points? What were our 5 banter points today? Because it definitely came up in one, and I was like, oh, I'll do that after the comments.
Ooh, where did we go, man? There was a musical portion of it. There was a Riley looking like Emma Stone portion. There was a Saturday Night Live brought up, a guest featuring kind of situation brought up.
Mhm.
Breakfast was brought up.
Mhm.
I think that was everything.
I'm gonna remember before the end of the show. I think it might have had something to do with Emma Stone, though.
Did it? Was it about what about Emma Stone?
I don't know. I don't know. We can move on to the show. Riley, anything before we get there? Do you want to give us a moment, a word from the Lord?
For the sake of time for y'all, because I know you got to get out for bleacher in a little bit. The Eternal is my shepherd. He cares for me always. Sleepers, you have been awakened.
Thanks, Emma.
What's topic one today?
Topic one is revisiting actually a segment from last summer that I was initially hurt y'all did without me. It's talking about the best skill sets of players ahead of the 2025-2026 season. So I have like 10 different categories we can talk through. We're going to look at best pick and roll finisher, post score, pick and roll playmaker, things of that nature.
Love it.
Okay, love it.
So, yeah, let's just start with that first one. Who do we project to be the best pick and roll finisher in college basketball in the 2025-26 season?
Best pick and roll finisher. Hmm. So, I mean, is it TKR?
I had I got one that both my top two are both like projecting guys in the role they'll be in as with like a little bit of what we saw from last year.
Who would it be?
I have Flory and I have Morez Johnson.
I feel like this is also partially dependent on who your passer is. And for that reason, I like Flory.
You think Darren Peterson is feeding Flory better than Cadeau is to Morez?
I don't like anything Cadeau, and I don't know if Mara's in the way or he might be running that with the Axel.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
fair.
Let's go Flory.
Flory.
Zuby Ejiofor was my other nomination. But if you go with the point guard argument, I think Flory's probably the safest bet.
Alex Condon shouts?
Yeah, you could throw Alex Condon
I'll
on there.
even. Yeah. I like Flory though.
Flory.
Go Flory.
Flory.
Let's move on to post score. This was the one I had a tough time with. There's no like Dickinson type who just sticks out as like this is the best guy you can just give the ball to on the block and let him go to work.
Thank God those guys are gone, by the way. Doesn't it
Yeah.
feel like we're coming off of like 5 years of like just the Dickinsons?
Yes.
I'm gonna miss a good old dump down repost.
Like we're like 2 years removed from year seven of Baycott, Kalkbrenner, Dickinson, the year of the big almanac cover, and like it just feels good those guys are all gone.
Yeah, as much as I love Mondo, I'm kind of with you, Greg.
Oh, JT Toppin.
That was I had Toppin or Clough, but Clough to me is a bit of a wild card just moving up to the power conferences.
Also watch your tongue. I can't believe you just tried to rebuttal me with an Oscar Clough when I brought up JT Toppin.
Care to
No,
expand? All right, fine. We can move
hell
on.
no, I'm not gonna expand. Don't do it again.
Pick and roll playmaker.
Braden.
Yeah, I thought that would be the quickest.
Yeah, cuz nice with it for real.
Uh, best ball handler.
Hart's feeling too good right now. This is a problem with him getting Fridays off. Is he's gonna get to 12 p.m. on Thursdays now and start acting up? Like this is high school Cart. Like, oh, I'm going on vacation soon, and I don't like it.
Sorry. Let me lock it in. What's this?
Ball handler.
Oh man, did I catch myself? Let's see. Best ball. Is this Braden too?
I got two nominations, but I want to know if G has any.
Rob Wright
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, I like that pick a lot.
handles, dangles.
Let's do that.
My other two shouts would have been Darius Acuff and Didon Thomas. D-Dan, I don't know how you say that. That's you play at UNLV. I'll learn how to pronounce your name correctly this
First of
year.
all, he's an LSU Tiger
I
now.
know, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll learn this year, but you can't expect me to know it after 2 years in the Mountain West.
Let's go with Rob Wright.
All right, I'm good with that. Best pull-up shooter.
Best pull-up shooter. You know what? If he's playing, I was gonna say PJ Haggerty.
Hmm. I would go with another if he's playing and say Tahad Pettiford.
He's not. Is this Debanza?
Is pull up? We just mean like dribble into your own shot off the dribble.
Hmm. Hmm. Greg, there's one I really hope you say. Fan of the show. You and
I
with
think
this guy.
I'd use him on a different type of shooting probably, but Christian Anderson.
Christian Anderson was my pick after Tahad.
I like Christian Anderson then.
Let's do that. I'm fine with that.
Spot up shooter.
So this like last year was like the Breas of the world.
Hmm.
Who will it be this year?
Ah,
Will it be Wilkerson?
He could he could be nominated. I'd say like Emmanuel Sharp or Solo Ball. Those were the two who I was thinking about.
Those are it might be solo ball.
Ari Burnett.
Stop.
Namari?
Okay.
Nam yes. I think
I mean that's a fair shot because he is a good spot up shooter, but he doesn't belong in the conversation with
Who are the other guys we were talking about?
solo ball.
Okay, just real quick,
and
I want to do some quick fact checking.
Oh God, here we go.
So Namari hit 66 threes last year at a 40% clip. What was Solo? Anybody got
if
the
we're
numbers?
Sorry, let me get that up real quick. Solo ball last year was 42%.
how
41,
many
sorry.
makes?
41.
99.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah,
quick
let's go
fact
solo.
checking.
Solo.
He Solo got him up. He hit 239 threes last season.
Yeah, it's got to be Solo then. What were the other names? Lamar Wilkerson. I want to check him.
Emmanuel Sharp and Kyan
Emmanuel
Evans.
Sharp.
I'll check Sharp. Did you say Ryan Evans?
It might have to be Lamar based on last year. 109 threes, 45%.
Yeah,
Well,
the only reason we could dock him is because he played, at a lower level.
we have movement shooter next. That could be my nominations for that one. We're going to be Isaac McNeely and Lamar Wilkerson.
I want
If we're doing moving
Wilkerson.
shooter, I think I'd do Conwell first.
Conwell over McNeely. McNeely to me is like that dude is so good coming off of screens, and he did it for a Virginia offense that had no other like options outside of him. To where I'm like, you put him on a good team, let him cook a little bit.
Namari's not far off Emmanuel Sharp for the record. I just want that on record. Let the
I
jury show.
mean, yes, same with Kyan Evans. So we're both getting our guards mentioned, Greg.
Yeah.
Good on you guys.
I don't know who Kyan Evan is still. I don't.
Yeah, the only Cayenne we respect are Pepper and Evan and
So
Anthony. Sorry.
solo ball, spot up, Lamar movement.
Yes.
I'm good with that. Offensive rebounder,
Toby Awaka.
Ke- Keba Keita.
Ooh.
G, you
Yeah,
got any?
I like Keba.
You're gonna say Perez, weren't you, G?
I didn't think of that, but he belongs in the mix for sure.
He was a really good offensive rebounder. Honestly, so low key shout out since I can get my school someone involved in this. Kohler was a really good offensive rebounder.
Low key, Oscar Clough was number one in the sport, wasn't he?
Oh, he's got to be the best offense. Yeah, he's the best rebounder in the sport.
Yeah, I think it's Clough.
But I don't know if it was a lot of offensives though.
I think he was literally the number one offensive rebounder.
Was he? I thought he was number one rebounder in general.
Let me look real quick.
I thought Awaka was like the best percentage wise.
Really? I didn't realize Awaka was that good.
Like his offensive, like his Ken Palm offensive rebounding percentage
Was
was
top in
insane.
the country.
I don't think that's true. I think Clough was.
Awaka was fourth in the country.
Oh, Clough was fifth in offensive rebounding, first in defensive rebounding.
Got it. And who was first? Or I'm sorry, where was Awaka?
Dang. Okay, top. Here's your top three for the best offensive rebounders by like offensive rebounding rate last year. Juslin Bodo at High Point now at Baylor. Terrace Reed, shout out to Big Hoss and
Paris.
and Musa Cisse. Those are the top three. Then Awaka, then Clough. Keba Keita was number 8. James Okonkwo, UNC legend, was number 7 last year. He could enter the mix at Utah this season.
Let's go with the best rebounder in the sport in Clough. Why not?
Clough, I'm good with Clough.
Yeah.
Clough.
Can we have Keita as the best leaper / dunker, or do we want to go somebody a little?
That's got to go to a different BYU guy.
You think it's DeBansa?
Yes.
DeBansa's the best dunker in the country.
Cohen Carr.
Come on now. Let me have something, fellas. It's
All right, we can go Cohen Carr. What about
Jack
best
Benter.
defensive playmaker?
Defensive playmaker. Hmm. Like, what do you mean defensive playmaker? I guess like a guy who, like steals or something like that.
So I feel like we should define defensive playmaker by a guy who makes impact stops in unorthodox spots, like where he really just grabs the moment by the moment and just prevents someone from getting where they're trying to go, which is why Trey Holloman is my impact defender.
Uh,
Defend the logo, baby. Defend tradition.
he did defend the
Impact
logo.
defender.
He did defend tradition. He did defend the logo. He did do that.
Is that really who we want to go with?
Name me someone who impacts things defending better than that, then I'll listen. But
Logo general.
All right. I mean, this was the one I kind of struggled with the most. I didn't really like maybe Otega Owe, but their defense was so bad last year that it feels weird giving him that distinction.
Yeah, I mean, you could go with one of the. I mean, you could go like JoJo Tugler, but I don't know
I
how.
had Tugler for the next one, which was the best shot blocker.
I think Kate is a better shot blocker than Tugler, but I'm fine with. I mean, Tugler was the leading like guy, so I'll take that.
Gregory, do you care to weigh in?
what's a Mara's block rate?
It's something stupid.
He's massive, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like 7 foot something.
You know what? If we're all leaving here with something, Tugler's going to be the best defensive playmaker alongside Trey Holloman and Mara and Henry Vasar sharing the best shot blocker title.
I do think Mara will be good in drop coverage.
Well, I think Vasar will be too. So they're sharing that title. Last one is unicorn potential.
Elijah Freeman.
I like that shout. This was one, I don't know. Is there like any unicorn types in college basketball this year?
I mean,
There's no,
Devance is a 6'8" killer wing.
And
yeah,
Aaron
but
Peterson ranked over him, so no, he's not a unicorn.
and we've seen like that archetype before. I'm thinking like there's no flag type. There's not even like Jaeger, like the 6'9" point guard.
Like if you're saying the guy isn't as good as a different freshman, he can't be a unicorn. That's crazy.
By being a unicorn, that doesn't make him better. He's just a
Do you know
unicorn.
what a unicorn means? Do you know what a unicorn is? You're saying this guy's a horse. He's a nice horse. He's a stallion.
I'd rather have a stallion than a unicorn.
That's fine. Doesn't make it more rare than a unicorn.
Okay, you can be rare, doesn't mean you're better.
That's not what the question is. It's
So
who's
what's
the best unicorn, not who's the best.
Ademar is the best unicorn. I don't think you see people that are 7'9" or whatever he is.
Okay, I'll take a Neymar as a unicorn.
Yeah.
That's a win for me. I'll take that.
Oh yeah.
Is there a better unicorn out there? We gotta have something better than a Daymara.
I really don't. There really isn't one in college basketball, I don't think, to be honest with you. Like, honestly, if everything works out and hits, you could make an argument for one of Greg's guys.
Yaxel?
No,
Or
Nate
Day?
Ament.
I kind of like the
Or
Amen shout.
honestly, Chris Sinak would be a good. Can we get Chris Sinak at this one?
None of the freshmen in this class are unicorns. I'm sorry. Like we're not. We're just gonna go up and down the recruiting rankings and start naming the seventh best. Darius Acuff, unicorn. Like none of
No.
these dudes are unicorns. They're
like,
not one of one. None of them are one of one.
Can I interest you in Sean Abayev being a unicorn?
No. Like we need to kill this category.
All
Or
right.
come up with a better answer than just naming every freshman, calling them unicorns.
There are no
Hold on a
unicorns.
second. What's your answer?
I don't have one. I don't think there is one. But I'm not
Okay.
going to sit here and try and argue that guys that aren't unicorns are unicorns.
So your suggestion would have been no unicorns and segment.
I think that Mara fits the description better than any of these freshmen, but I do not think that Ade Mara is a unicorn. But you're looking for someone who there is not another version of it and hasn't been. Like I don't know, Cooper Flag, there was not another Cooper Flag. I think unless you think Debanza, but again, I would argue if you're ranking Darren Peterson, who we've definitely seen other Darren Petersons, if you're ranking him above Debanza, he can't be a unicorn.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm with G. The unicorns are dead. They're extinct. They don't exist in the segment.
I'm still reeling from the fact that Riley said he agrees with me when I disagree with Carr. That's a first, and I love it. What's topic 2 today?
Topic number two, we are looking at Jonathan Givony's latest mock draft, and we're going to look at the lottery. We're going to look at picks 15 through 30, and we're going to look at the second round, and each name a player that we are higher on than his consensus. This is all positivity. I know you did overrated, underrated. We're going to stick strictly with the positives this one and just, kind of see where we stack up with someone who might say is the torchbearer of the mock draft world, the golden standard, if you will. So yeah, I sent you Gavoni's mock draft. Pull it up. Let's get into it.
All right. So one player from the lottery that we're higher on than everyone else.
Then yeah, or then just Gavoni's
Oh,
mock.
then Gavoni.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I mean, first of all, my dog Gavoni's locked in. Let's say that for starters. Um, I think the one player that I would be higher on is Trey Johnson. And it's nitpicky, but like I think Trey Johnson deserves to be in that top five picks. So even him going to six, I know it's you know very minuscule, but yeah, I would take Trey Johnson in the top five, not six.
You just completely failed the prompt,
Did I?
I think.
I think
No,
I
it's someone you have to be higher on. Like if I think Gavoni has Trey
Yeah,
Johnson
I'm higher
six.
on Trey Johnson. He has
I thought your ask was to look from the 20s into the second round.
No, we're gonna do that next.
we're doing one from each segment of the
Oh,
Yeah.
draft.
So we're going someone that you're higher on than Gavoni in the lottery, someone you're higher on in the 15 to 30 range, and someone you're higher on him in the second round.
got it.
Mhm.
Okay,
Sorry for the confusion.
got it.
I
I'll
wasn't
tap the chest and
confused.
say that's my bad.
I wasn't confused.
I was also going to go with Trey Johnson. I know G's going to be mad at me for that for agreeing with Carter, so I'll say Khan. I still look at Khan as a top five guy. I know both of y'all had him as an overrated guy. I just think he's like NBA ready right now, and I think the pick and roll playmaking gives him a much higher floor than like your typical spot up shooter.
Mm. Okay. I would like Carter to know that he has to turn in his Derek Queen credentials because you just advocated that Trey Johnson is underrated for being one spot lower than you think Trey Johnson should go, when Derek Queen himself was picked 11th per Gavoni, two spots behind Colin Murray Boyles.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't scroll.
All right. Well,
That's
you
on
have to
me.
turn your credentials in. I will take Carter's player. I think I'm the only person on earth that believes in Jace Richardson. And if I need to be the only one that will, I will. I think this kid should go in the top 8 in this draft. Gavoni has him going 13th. He's too smart, too skilled to not work.
You're not scared off by the height?
Not at all. I'm much more impressed by what he then did after measuring short by basically winning everything. He was top 5 in vertical, top 5 in shooting. The kid consistently outperforms everybody in everything.
Yep.
Gosh, I was such a Jace believer until I saw he's only 6 foot. I
Six
wish
six
that the
span.
okay, maybe I'm knocking him too much for that. But what
The
about
worst
that
case
next group?
scenario for Jace is like a way better Derek White. Like, oh, you're little. You'll play the two and play off of stars. He needs to end up.
Derek White's like 6'5".
Yeah, I think Derek White's pretty big.
Lie.
All right, players 15 through 30. Who are you higher on?
I gotta get my nipple arms up to my mouse here. Let's see, 15 through 30. Y'all can go if y'all have one right away.
I think Thomas Sorber's a lottery pick. I know he's injured. I don't care. I just think he can do everything on the court that you want in a modern big man from. I know the jump shot like looked iffy this past year, but good passer, good defender, sick athlete, plays above the rim, good motor as well. I trust him to figure out the jump shot.
Mm. So for me, I'm gonna dip into this just because I was high on him in high school and college, and I feel like I've always seen him in this range. I'm an Asanul guy. And like I think I see Gavoni has him at 21 to the Jazz. I think that'd be a great pick for him. I think Asa Newell's a lottery talent. I maybe like he didn't measure good enough and people don't know what position to play him at necessarily. But I think he was very productive. I think he's a high pedigree kid. He's a winner. At least at the high school level, he was on the Montverde teams. Georgia, maybe not so much. But I always liked when he played. I liked the motor. I liked everything about him. So I think it's worth it that you could possibly getting a lottery level talent that maybe still needs a little bit of development.
Sorber would be my pick, but for differentiation, Yaxel Lenneborg. He's 29th per Gavoni. I understand I'm supposed to want Yaxel back and to bash his draft stock. Nothing I've seen says that this kid should go that low. I think if Danny Wolf is going in the teens, Yaxel should be taken before Danny Wolf. I think he's just a flat out better player. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he's not based on how he's measuring.
Back there.
Somewhat like Yaxel adjacent. What do y'all think of Rasheer Fleming?
I gotta watch more tape to be honest. I've only looked at
Yeah,
numbers.
he's got poppy stuff highlight wise. All the measurables and stuff are great. Don't get me wrong. Um, I feel like I just need to do a little bit more there. I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I've just been like watching his tape for the first time in the past couple of days, but I think he seems very Yaxel-ish to me, but no, it just doesn't seem like anybody's really talking about him. But I get it's because Yaxel has the Michigan implications and all of that. But we'll end this with a second round guy that you're higher on than Gavoni.
Mm.
The consensus would be Cedric Coward, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Kobe Brea.
Kobe's
Hediford's in here too.
I'm like so I don't know, man. Brea has the size. It's just like the I mean, I guess there's a very clear archetype for those
Just
guys
stick
sticking in
that
the
dude
league.
on a wing or a corner and tell him to gun. I think he can do it.
It's like Kyle Korver will be the poster child for that, where it doesn't like you can be so elite at one skill and have the size, it doesn't matter what you do defensively. So I see that.
Yeah, I'd probably go that. Honestly, there's a lot of options in the second round where I'm like, I see these guys going higher.
I love Reno. That's been well documented, but I want to talk about Yannick just because I think like looking at like Yannick just crushing all of the athletic testing at the combine. Plus, when you look at his numbers, his advanced stats from this past year, he profiles very similarly to guys like Mark Williams, Derek Lively, Walker Kessler, to where I'm like those dudes, the rim running athletic freaks who can just anchor a defense as well are so valuable. And I think I ranked him. I still had him as like an early second round pick when we did our big boards, but I'm starting to wonder if even I was too low on him when I submitted my rankings. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go like late first or something.
But
I think Coward and Pettiford are the right answer, but we've talked about them a ton on the channel, so I'll double down. I think Janai Broom people are really overthinking this. He's just really good at basketball. I don't care if he can't jump right now because he's hurt. Maybe he never gets healthy. If he does get healthy, I think he will be productive in the league.
but
Topic three.
Fellas. I had to double check this morning to make sure my eyes weren't deceiving me. But at the morning we're recording this is Thursday, May 15th. On Monday, May 12th, we got an Andy Katz Power 37, and there was no sleepers reaction to this. Part of me wants to think this was a little foresight on your part that you wanted to bless me. You know, I'm a big blessings guy that ties into my faith. Y'all wanted to dole out a little bit of blessing for us to get to react to this Power 37 together. So let's look at our guy Katz. Let's see who he's high on. Let's pick this list apart. There are some like straight up out of pocket picks on here, and there's some where I'm like, okay, I see the process here, Kat. So I want to get it. I want to get y'all's thoughts right when you look at this Power 37. What sticks out to you?
Why is he ranking 37?
No idea, but I love it.
because he's a pioneer, man. Why did we do 17 teams in the mid rankings?
Because we thought it was hilariously stupid to pick a number that makes no sense.
I mean,
Is Cass 37 years old?
Oh my God, it's funny.
that's a good question. He really should just make like, why not just round it out to 40? You know?
That's you're asking a great not to be himself. Just let him cook here.
There's
Oh,
there's one big takeaway looking at that first slide where I'm like, y'all, I really hope we're gonna be in lockstep on this one.
let's see here.
Oregon?
Yes, Oregon at
Weird.
12. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
I'm with Cats.
You think Oregon can be a top 15 team?
They have Shellstat and Biddle back, and they were really good last year.
Are we sure Biddle's back?
He's supposed to be, right?
I
I
thought he's
think
going
so.
through the draft process.
I think so. I think so.
He's they're projected to start an Elon transfer at the 2.
Yeah, I still think they're gonna luck into like Dame Sar or somebody similar late. But even if they don't, like point blank, I think last year they were basically Shellstat, Biddle, and a bunch of bums. They were very good.
Ah,
I
You
just
you hated TJ Bamba. Now you're gonna defend TJ Bamba.
but you told me he was productive, which he was.
He was fine. Shellstat's very good and Biddle's very good. Those guys are like one of the best duos in the entire sport if they're back. I have no problem. Like top 10 would be crazy, but like between 12 and 20, I don't mind it.
I hated both 12 and 13. Gonzaga at 13, I feel like they have way too many question marks to just pencil them at 15, as a top 15 team.
Yeah, let's get real pissed though. BYU at 14 is unacceptable, Andrew.
That's the one I thought too. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's so ridiculously low.
Come on now. Like I get it, like maybe be on the low end, put him at like 12. 14's a little bit blasphemy in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry about BYU.
Oh no.
Oh, gee.
I think it is a lot of hype. And I'm still gonna do it like you guys are. I'm gonna put them top four. But I think as we get closer, there are more people kind of backing off it a little bit.
Okay, but the only thing I'll say, if you back off for the right reasons. Like give me a reason why you're backing off. Don't back off because everyone else is hyping him up. Don't back off just to back.
I think there's a lot of teams that profile similarly throughout history that underachieve.
You mean like relying on like the freshman stud who maybe doesn't live up to expectations, or like maybe Rob Wright's a little overinflated, like our view of him too? I mean, because at the end of the day, he averaged what, like 12 points a game last year, 11?
Yeah, I think the reality is Rob Wright played relatively unserious basketball last year, and we like him because he's fun.
Yeah.
And AJ DeBance is entirely unserious basketball and fun. Richie Saunders is like a proven winner type dog who we have no idea how he's going to mesh with two ball dominant, unserious types. Do those guys even like each other? Like I'm sure Kevin Young can figure it out, but like if there's a team that could have some locker room issues, I think it could be the team that has a $9 million guy that's me wearing DeBanza gear and a Red Bull sponsorship with Richie Saunders coming off a mission for an extra year because he wants to win a championship. Meanwhile, Rob Wright's the one running the show, calling Rob Wright's number while those two bitch in the corners. Um, they're talented, no one's denying that, but I think there's a world they're more just like a teens team than a dominant team.
More style over substance, so to speak.
Yeah, like they're not going to be like a bubble team or miss the tournament.
Yeah.
Richie Saunders holds the floor, but I don't know. They're like Fanta had them really low too. Fanta had them lower than Cats, and that was
I
kind of
mean,
my wake up call.
I think Fanta and Cats are usually pretty locked in though. They're boys, so that makes sense. But Creighton at 25 I thought was egregious. We know
It
I'm
is
a Blue Jay this year.
very
I
good.
thought like if Cats' whole thing is Big Ten allegiance, I would have had much less of a problem with either UCLA at 12 over Oregon or even Wisconsin at 12. I don't know. There's some like mental block in my mind with Oregon, even though I see the argument about Biddle and Shellstad. Like, I think in college basketball, you want to have your one and your five stabilized more so than any other position. Like that is your foundation right there. But I still am just like riding the high off of what Wisconsin did last year and how they found this really fun brand of basketball. And I think Nolan Winter's in line for a huge step. Blackwell back as well. Greg, I know you're a Nick Boyd guy to where they're the ones that to me is like if you want to get a little cutesy Big Ten silly face and throw a team that doesn't belong there in the top 12, like that's the one I would have gone with.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm also pulling rank and ending the segment because we have to start Bleacher Report in 60 seconds. So love you, Riley. One big thing presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go sign up. What do you got, Riley?
Choose your own adventure. I got a music related one or a rant. Which one do y'all want?
I want the music.
Okay, I feel like he's gotten his flowers within the past few years, but somehow T-Pain is still unappreciated or underappreciated for the run he had on hooks in the early 2000s. This hit me at a wedding this past weekend when the DJ threw on Low by Flo Rida and T-Pain. Flo Rida is an aggressively bad rapper whose music has been used as like in multiple promotions for sports, whether you're like the Welcome to My House or Going Down for Real. That's like huge mainstream success. He would have no career if T-Pain didn't make that song with the hook.
I respect Teddy Pendergrass now.
It's a totally fair point. Yeah. Cart?
I think that blueberry bagels shouldn't exist. That's my one big thing.
Why?
Think they're ass.
What don't you like about them?
The taste.
Do you like blueberries?
Yes.
And do you like bagels?
Yes.
But you don't like blueberry bagels.
No.
I still would like further elaboration. This is something we can put off Bleacher Report for, honestly.
Got nothing for you.
Okay. My one big thing, choose your own adventure. Would you like cooking or complaining?
Cooking.
I'm nice with it on the grill right now because I called an audible on my own and it was met with rave reviews. This weekend, I was told I was hosting for a little Mother's Day shindig on Saturday. So, like, we expect Blackstone meal. We'll just make burgers. Told the whole family, yeah, Greg's going to make burgers. Called an audible Saturday morning, said, I don't want to make burgers. I want to whip up something no one's ever seen from me before. Quesadilla recipe. That shit slapped. We marinated the chicken, taco seasoning. That was the key. A little salsa as well on the grill. Chopped onions. It was spectacular. It was a 10 out of 10. And sometimes, like when you cook and people eat it and they're like, oh, that was so good. But then you look at their plate and they left crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, sure. Don't flatter me. This one, clean plates all around in the whole household, and I'm feeling myself.
That's special.
I love to hear it.
Thank you. That's the show. We'll see y'all next week.